Hi, I'm Anne-Marie from brambleberry.com. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this luscious cocoa cashmere body butter. It's whipped. That's what makes it so light and fresh and airy. It's perfect for extra extreme temperature conditions, whether you're skiing or whether you're climbing a mountain in the desert. One of the reasons this recipe is so wonderful on the skin, moisturizing, conditioning, protective, is because of the high quality ingredients in it. First of all, there's cocoa butter, and cocoa butter is phenomenal for one, helping to provide a little bit of stiffness and texture to this product. It's also known to be fantastic for conditioning skin. Next, avocado butter. And avocado butter is, yes, actually sourced from the seeds of the avocado. So think, when you open up an avocado, that seed that comes in there makes avocado oil, and then also hydrogenated avocado oil, which is avocado butter. Next, jojoba oil. Did you know that jojoba oil is a liquid wax? That's right, it is a liquid wax. And so that means that it helps to sit on your skin and provide a wonderful barrier against any outside elements that might try to really get your skin. So whether that's dry weather or really cold weather, jojoba oil is fantastic for providing a moisturizing barrier between you and the outside elements. And then two, we're also using arrowroot powder. Now, arrowroot powder is a powder. It is true, it is not a liquid. The arrowroot powder helps to absorb some of that oil, making it go on smoothly onto your skin and not feel too oily or greasy. But there's a very small chance that something might be able to grow in there. So we went ahead and used Optiphen in this recipe just to provide a little bit of extra peace of mind for you. Now, of course, this Optiphen is indeed optional. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. Totally your choice. It is, however, paraben-free and formaldehyde donor-free. Finally, the star of the show is our cocoa butter cashmere fragrance. Oh, this is like a warm hug. I mean, really, it is so comforting and so lovely. It, yes, smells like cocoa butter, a little bit of cashmere. And what does cashmere smell like? Cashmere is one of those almost like ozone-y wool type of warm fragrances. It's so good in this body butter. So to start with, for prep, I put all of my avocado butter in this bowl, and then I melted down my cocoa butter pastilles, and I put my jojoba oil in here already. So this is all ready to go, and it'll just sit on the side until I'm ready to add it. First things first, we're gonna whip this until it is light and fluffy. Once this is light and fluffy, and it kind of looks like it would, a frosting, yum. Start adding in the jojoba and the melted cocoa butter slowly. You really don't want to splash hot oils and waxes anywhere. So right there, did you notice how I sort of stopped and quit pouring the hot oil in? That's because it was just barely starting to melt my avocado butter. And one of the tricks to keeping this grainy free, like literally grain free, is to add this really slowly so your avocado butter does not melt when you're pouring it in. Because think of what butter does when it separates, right? It kind of gets weirdly grainy. You don't want that here. So that's why I stopped. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start again and go ahead and whip this in really slowly. Now that my consistency is back to that really nice, light, fluffy texture, I'm going to take my spatula. I'm just going to make sure I've got everything down from the side so everything is mixed in really evenly. I'm gonna add my fragrance, and it's not very much fragrance. It's just about 4 milliliters of fragrance, and that is because we are making a body butter, not a perfume. And so you really wanna do a very light amount, so it's just kind of the faintest smell as opposed to a perfume, which you'd be using a lot more. So we're just gonna do about 4 milliliters of fragrance, and then we're going to add in our Optiphen. And our Optiphen, again, is that optional preservative, and we're doing it at 5 milliliters. And so you might be thinking to yourself, well, what makes this a body butter versus a lotion? Lotions have water in them typically. And so a lotion will absorb into the skin a little bit faster. But it also might not be as protective against, say, the elements. And so like if you're going, for example, skiing, this body butter would protect you from the kind of the fierceness of the biting wind and the snow compared to, say, a lotion. And so this is a really good product to use for those dry months with those feet that get rough and dry, and also those winter months when you really want to protect your body from the elements. Now that my fragrance and my preservative are in, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on low and start whipping that up again. The final step is to slowly put in that arrowroot powder. And remember that arrowroot powder is really light. And so I am just going to slowly fold it in with my spatula before turning on my mixer, because I don't want all of it to go poofing up. I'm doing a full ounce in there, and this helps to really make this go onto the skin in a silky smooth manner rather than kind of be an oily film. It does tend to clump, so even though I'm hand folding it in, I am gonna turn that mixer right back on and make sure it gets mixed in thoroughly. And then from there, it's just time to put this into our containers. In my case, I'm going to show you how to put it into the containers in both a piping bag, but also using just a regular spoon, depending on what you have on hand. So one last step, here we go. Ah, this is gorgeous. It is keeping its white fluffy peaks. And now I'm going to show you how to do just a little bit of piping. So my spoon spatula, have my little frosting tip all ready to go. It's kind of short bag, so I'll probably end up filling it a couple times. All the way down. You see how light and fluffy this is? It's so perfect looking. Also is making me hungry. The fragrance is delightful. It really reminds me of sitting at home on the couch with a book, cup of tea, rain going outside, feeling all comfy, cozy, warm, and thankful. Okay, so now whenever you're frosting, the frosting wants to always come out from the top. So you try really hard, and I'm gonna try and do this without making a huge mess. You try hard to squeeze it from the top and then squeeze down, so that way it doesn't end up going all over the place. And you go all the way around. And then we're gonna work it down again. Perfect. And squeeze. And we're squeezing, remember, down from the top down. Otherwise, what ends up happening is you end up with all of your body butter coming out of the top, which is no good. So now we have our body butter. If you don't have any piping bags, or piping just isn't your thing, you also can just do the scoop and heap method and fill these up to the brim using a regular spatula or spoon. And once this is done, they are ready to label and use and give away and sell. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, leave them down below and we'll do our best to answer them. And if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel so you get notified each and every time a new video comes out. And in the meantime, I hope you love using this luscious, amazing whipped body butter. It is so good. Till next time, happy soaping, happy crafting, happy everything.